Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the video. We've got the Kronos XTR on the tailgate today. You know what? You haven't seen a lot of this truck over the last, I would say, maybe 6 months to a year. And that is because I've been having issues with the electronics. What's really weird, guys, is when I first got this truck, I ended up with I think I did go with the Corelli 2050 kV after like the first run, and I had a Max 8. And it ran perfect. I had no issues, guys, temps wise, all that kind of stuff. And then out of nowhere, I started having massive heat issues. And if anything, guys, they came like during the fall. Motor would be extremely hot, ESC would be hot. Thought, what is going on? Went in, checked all my settings, and what I ended up doing, guys, was I actually swapped out the motor with the 2050 that was in the Shogun. Same thing happened. Ended up swapping out the Max 8 for another Max 8. Same thing was happening, and was getting really confused. Thought maybe it's a battery. Is it something wrong with my receiver? Because no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to the heat to go away. I eventually, guys, went to the Max 8 Gen 2 combo with the 2250 kV, and that worked the first time I was actually out in the winter though with it. And I've been noticing this year, guys, it's been getting warm again, and it's really weird because I didn't change anything, like nothing. So why all of a sudden this truck starts to run hot, I have no idea. Over here, what I did, KCRC fan mount, KCRC fan, and I've got the red cover on it. Now, the only problem is, guys, I kind of screwed up. This mount here is for the 40mm can, and this, guys, I think is 42. I don't know if it's 42 here. It might even be larger, guys, on the actual fins themselves. But I just pushed it on. I got the fan on because I wanted to come out today to run this thing. It's like 3 degrees Celsius, guys, so heat should not be an issue at all, even without the fan. But with this thing on there, guys, I should have zero issues. So I don't know if I'm damaging my electronics and that's what's happening, but I've never had issues like this before. Hey, ESC motor's running hot, change your gearing a little bit, and you're good to go. I have, guys, geared down also on the pinion, and I still seem to keep having that same issue. It's really weird. It's like I said, when you start replacing stuff and you keep having the same problem and there's not really anything left to replace, yeah, I don't know what to say. But either way, guys, we're gonna get this thing fired up. And we were out with the MTX. I lost a screw, unfortunately, on my bell crank, so that run kind of ended a little bit quickly. And honestly, guys, it was a brutal run. I think I spent more time on the roof than I did on all 4 wheels. But yeah, hopefully, guys, the run with the Kronos XTR goes a little bit better. Let's fire up the old fighter jet. All right, so we were out here, guys, earlier with the MTX. Got my ramp set up. I'm a few kind of levels down on it. Got some concrete set up there. But we are gonna start off small because, again, guys, I was kind of bummed when the screw came out of the MTX. And my fun stopped, because I always say this, guys, in videos, I come out, I like to have fun, but I also like to get my run in. I like to, you know, if I'm gonna pack up everything and get out here, I want to have some time with it. And sometimes I get out and I just kind of go hardcore right away, and yeah, my fun stops sometimes a few minutes into my time, into my day. Yeah. I think, guys, my brake needs to be a little stronger. Yeah, definitely. I was just kind of noticing in the air there that I didn't have the brake stop that I wanted. Yeah. Whoa, that was close. I always remember with my SSTE one time, I think it was like the first run I ever did with it. What is going on with my steering? I slid right into... What the heck is going on today? That sounds like a stone or something. And the bell cranks. Or it came out now, maybe. I don't know if you guys, it's kind of hard for you guys to notice that because you don't see the radio, but my steering was kind of delayed. So I don't know if there was a stone or, but yeah, see what I mean? Alright guys, I think I figured out what the problem is. I installed a set of GPM bell cranks on this, and it looks like part of the bell crank is running on that 70-75 kind of upper mount. I don't know what you want to call it, the upper block mount. It's not really a hinge pin carrier or anything, but it looks like it's rubbing just a little bit, which is kind of making my steering a little bit, it just kind of slugs up a little bit every once in a while. I don't know if I'm just gonna wear a spot and then I'll be fine, but either way, this has been quite the morning, guys. If you watched, I don't know, like right there, if you watch my MTX video, I don't know which one I'm gonna release first. I had lots of issues with it. And there we go. And I still can't turn. I'm still trying to turn. Okay, this is probably, guys, a bad idea. What the heck? As you can see, guys, I got no steering, so maybe it's not the GPM bell cranks. There's something else going on under here. Nothing to the servo at all. Still nothing, guys. Well, I guess let's get her home and see what's going on. All right, guys, we've got the truck home. It's back on the bench. It's all cleaned up. And yes, I have a burnt out, broken servo. So here's how this is going to go, because everything I'm about to say leading up to the part of the servo are facts. And then it's going to go into, well, maybe this is what happened. So I mentioned at the start of the video that when I started having the temp issues, it was quite a while after running the truck. I immediately had changed the motor, that didn't fix it. Changed the ESC, that didn't fix it. Went over settings, everything was good, that didn't fix it. I went to a different 6S battery, still didn't fix it. I even went to the point where I thought, okay, is it a setting? Is it something I did in my radio? Doesn't really seem to make any sense, but I had swapped out the Futaba receiver, put in another Futaba receiver, still had the same problem. Swapped out the Futaba for a Spectrum system, still had the same problem. Eventually removed all the electronics. So I had multiple Max 8 and multiple, I think I had a 2200 kV hobby wing, and then I also used a 2050 Corelli motor. I think I used 2 or 3 different motors. Still had the same problems. Went to the Max 8 Gen 2. That seemed to run okay on the first run, which was in the middle of the winter. And that brings us, I think I had one run in between where I started having the same issues again, and I was pretty confused. So today comes, and you see kind of the servo, I don't really want to say glitching, but I guess that's the only way I can put it, where it was kind of cutting in and out to the point that it eventually died. And again, guys, BEC and all that stuff is good. Here's where I'm kind of just talking because I don't really know. The only thing that after everything I've gone through with this truck that stayed the same was the servo. So was the servo causing some type of issue that somehow went from the servo to a receiver and then somehow screwed stuff up enough that it came into the motor in ESC? I have no idea. Now, personally, it could just be going to the ESC, and the ESC could have been doing something funky. I don't know. All I know is, well, I don't know because it doesn't make any sense to me. Again, when you start having temp issues, you'll gear down. If you've had that, set up for a long time, maybe you think, okay, maybe you've, done in your motor, you change your motor. I even pulled the motors apart. Everything looked fine. ESC changes, completely different ESC changes. The only part of this buggy, guys, this truggy that stayed the same was that servo. And again, it doesn't really seem to make any sense to me, but I don't know what to do. It's what it is, guys. So unfortunately for now, I'm probably going to be removing this system, guys, and I don't think you can see it, but I've got the Savox kind of low profile servo from the drag car sitting up there that is going into something that eventually will be here. It's taken a while to ship, but it's going to be very, very cool. And I'm really happy, guys, that I bought this. It's something I've wanted now for about 7 to 9 months. That might give you a hint on what it is. But either way, guys, this is and has been a fantastic truck. And leading up to the point before I started having those temp issues, this was my favorite truck. Now, I'm not blaming the truck for the issues I'm having electronics-wise because, guys, this was a roller. But I don't know. Sometimes this truck's a little bit cursed that way. I don't really get what was going on. But at some point, we will get another servo in this truck. We will be changing out the electronics a little bit, and we're going to see what is going on. Because again, the truck itself, guys, is fine. It's free rolling. All is good. There's no binding issues or anything like that. So it's bizarre. That's actually all I can say. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's all. If you're wondering if I sound a little bit funny, that's because I burnt my tongue drinking coffee, whatever. But yeah, guys, as always, have a great day.